Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Yoon Jung-min. It's a big day for millions of Expo lovers around the world. The host of the World Expo 2030 will be decided in just the coming hours. Tonight, South Korea's Busan is facing a showdown with Riyadh and Rome with their fifth and final presentation ahead of the voting. Over in Paris, Team Korea is making a last-minute pitch. Eun-hee starts our coverage.
A delegation led by South Korean Prime Minister Han Duck-Soo, comprised of business leaders, was making a last-minute pitch in Paris on Tuesday to members of the Bureau International des Expositions before voting takes place on the host for the 2030 World Expo.
In the final presentation, internationally renowned figures will convey our desire to attract and host the event, and Busan's appeal, and the proposed support strategies for participating countries. We will do our best to successfully conclude this long journey, which we came alongside our citizens, ensuring that the sincerity of South Korea can be fully expressed.
While the detailed content of each country's presentation is strictly confidential, prominent figures expected to take part in the final presentation for Busan include former UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon and Prime Minister Han. According to officials, Busan is differentiating itself from Riyadh's oil money by highlighting the country's vision to transform the World Expo into a platform, seeking solutions to challenges faced by humanity. It may be a two-way race despite Italy's Rome being one of the candidate cities, as Italian media outlet La Repubblica reported that the Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni will not take part in the General Assembly in the French capital. International media outlets are paying attention to whether Busan can win the bid, overtaking Riyadh. One French media outlet, Le Figaro, stated the competition seemed decided 2 months ago in favor of Saudi Arabia, but the Korean campaign to promote the country's second city was well carried out. Also mentioning the 150 taxis marked Busan 2030 circulating in Paris as one of the only indicators of the international competition underway in Paris. The South Korean government is hoping that if Riyadh does not win outright, receiving 2/3 of the votes in the first round, Busan could potentially take a large chunk of the Rome votes to win the bid. Ahead of the secret vote in the following order, the Republic of Korea's Busan, Italy's Rome, and Saudi Arabia's Riyadh will give their final presentations on their Expo projects for about 20 minutes each. A candidate must get 2/3 of the votes cast to be selected outright. If no candidate achieves this target, there will be a second round of voting after the third-place candidate is eliminated, and the winner of a simple majority will be selected. The results will be announced around midnight and 1 a.m. Wednesday, Korea Standard Time, through the BIE's official account on X, formerly known as Twitter. Eun-hee, 아리랑뉴스.